No exit strategy and no authorization by Congress for the use of military force in Syria. I'm not going to support what the president is signaling without a plan or strategy.
Kristen might be running for president herself. That might be an impetus for the statement. We'll see. Here to weigh in, Herman Cain, former CEO of Godfather's Pizza and 2012 GOP presidential candidate. So, Herman, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Why the instinct immediately from his political opponents to mischaracterize what the action that was taken, saying it's a larger effort, when clearly it's been stated, even from the podium last night for the president, this is a limited, targeted action?
I would say 2 points. First, TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome. The president made it clear that no action was not an option. If he had taken no action, they would have been critical. Since he took action, they are also going to be critical. Secondly, Democrats are not used to having a president that actually leads. He is listening to his key advisors. He listened to them. And as General Mattis said last week, they presented the president with options, and he made a decision to act. So the New York Times headline is misleading. Her statement is misleading because he had every authority to do what he did. TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome, he can do nothing right in their eyes. And secondly, they are not used to a leader that listens and leads.
He seemed torn. You listened to the president last night. He's long talked about pulling us out of the Middle East. As recently as last week was pushing to remove the 2,000 troops that we still have in Syria. Last night, as part of his message, being tough on Assad and Russia and Iran, also making it clear that it's not ultimately going to be up to the U.S. to solve all of the problems in the Middle East. Do you feel like he struck the right balance there?
I believe he did. And your statement that he seemed torn, he probably was. As I wrote on my website, hermancain.com, this is not a trigger-happy president. He doesn't want to pull the trigger if he doesn't have to. But secondly, I have warned people, don't test this president. He is a real leader, and you do not want to test him, which is what Assad did.
Herman, very quickly, we're almost out of time, but what do you advise comes next?
What comes next, we don't know, because we didn't have the opportunity to hear all of the intelligence that went into making this decision. What I believe should come next from the perspective of those outside of that briefing room is wait and see. I'm confident that the president is going to be given the right advice by the people he surrounded himself with, and I'm confident he will make the next right decision.
All right, we'll leave it there.
Lots of common sense. Appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, still ahead, we continue to follow the latest breaking news from the strikes in Syria, including new images. We'll bring them to you when we have them. Live reaction from Corey Lewandowski and Virginia Congressman, former Navy SEAL Scott Taylor, coming up.